Hey guys, this is Wally with Impulse Labs. One of the questions we get a lot is how is the Impulse Cooktop different than other induction? Aside from power, one key way is our active temperature sensing. With Impulse, you can set a temperature in degrees Fahrenheit or degrees Celsius, and the stove will automatically adjust the amount of power going to the burner in order to keep it there. So it's no longer just high, medium, low. You can say, I want to hold something at, say, 325 degrees Fahrenheit, and the stove will make sure you don't overshoot. This means that you will never burn something again unless you want to. To illustrate this, what I'm going to do is take a look at an Impulse cooktop versus a copper Charlie range and see what happens when we put butter in the pan at approximately medium temperature. That's between 300 and 350 Fahrenheit typically. So I have 1 tablespoon of butter. We're gonna put in this Impulse pan. 1 tablespoon we're gonna put in the Charlie pan. These are both 3-ply stainless steel duckstop pans, nothing fancy. You can buy them on Amazon for about 50 bucks. Medium is typically between 300 350 Fahrenheit. So on the Impulse cooktop, I'm gonna turn it on, put it in a temperature mode, and set the temperature at 330 Fahrenheit. On the copper stove, I'm going to put it to 50, 55 for a medium. And now we'll start the timer and see what happens over time. Give the butter a little swirl to move it around here. So one thing you'll notice with the copper range is that the stove doesn't actually have continuous power level control. There's a clicking that you hear anytime you've set the power below 60%, where what's happening behind the scenes is it's just every couple seconds turning on and off the burner in order to try to achieve low power levels. With Impulse, we give you single degree continuous control from 68 to 482 degrees Fahrenheit, or if you want to cook in power mode, between 50 and 10,000 watts. There's no toggling on and off, it's just seamless, continuous control. That means no clicking sound either. On the Impulse pan, the butter is all melted, slightly browning. It's just going to stay like that. It's at 330 degrees Fahrenheit. The stove is going to keep it there. On the Charlie range, what I suspect is going to happen is it's going to keep putting 55% medium power into the pan indefinitely. So the pan is going to keep creeping up and up and up in temperature until the butter eventually burns. So another thing we noticed here is that the Impulse pan actually preheated. It got to the target temperature a lot faster. We're at 330.2, 328. Over here, we're still at 320, slowly rising. Over here, we're still at bottom of the pan temp, 332. Now we're at 357. Remember when we last checked in, we were at 320. So what's happening here is the pan is slowly creeping up in temperature. And this is behind the scenes. This is how you burn stuff when you're cooking all the time. You start off at the right temperature. You have to manipulate the pan to try to keep it there. Maybe you're dialing up and dialing down your burner power. With Impulse, you just set the temperature and the stove does the work for you. Been about 5 minutes. The Impulse cooktop butter, 332 degrees, just where it's been since minute 2. The copper Charlie butter on medium is starting to burn.